look here. We have got the Unholy Complex.
And we're starting the tag title match right now. The ref just calls for the bell.
Look at that.
Oh.
Jason Silver, Gregory James. Two tremendous athletes. Oh, look at this.
Let's start now, ladies and gentlemen, for the VIP Tag Team Championships. Your champions, the Vet Club versus the Unholy Complex. The team of Unholy Gregory James and the Complex Killer, Jason Silver.
Tornado DDT attempted by Greg James. Countered by APOC. Roll through, kick to the face.
That's one of the things that you have to be very, very careful about when you're dealing with the Unholy Complex. Jason Silver, Gregory James, they're both extremely innovative and extremely agile, and I don't believe either one of them understands the concept of fear.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly, Nigel. And they, like you said, they are so innovative, and we're seeing it right here as Jason Silver goes flying onto Tim Storm and APOC. But they caught him. He doesn't have a lot of weight behind that move, but Greg James is a little more. And the Vet Club is down.
The referee needs to really do something here. I mean, you can't have young hooligans like the Unholy Complex just running rampant and ignoring the rules. They need to be in the ring and facing their opponents fairly.
That's what he's doing right now, Nigel, but sometimes you gotta bend the rules to get an advantage. If Tim Storm and APOC bent the rules, would you have a problem with it, Nigel?
Well, they're veterans. They're supposed to be able to have a little bit of leeway. These two young men have not earned the right.
There's no union in professional wrestling, Nigel. It doesn't go by seniority. It goes by who's hungrier. It goes by who's going to win. Who wants it more.
Do you even know what a union is?
Yes.
No, you are in a right-to-work state. You wouldn't know a union if it bit you on your ample buttocks. Now, watch the match and stop trying to discuss the geopolitical situations with the employment in the state of Texas. You twit.
I will stop talking about it if you will stop looking at my buttocks. Do you agree to that, you pervert? Look at that power bomb, double power bomb from the Vet Club.
You stop waving it, I wouldn't have to look at it.
I'm trying to make some extra money.
I thought you said this was a family show, you twit. APOC firmly in control.
Yes, let's go back to the action.
Vicious chop by APOC on the younger Jason Silver. Jason Silver, a tremendous athlete, but I'm going to be completely and totally honest. The Unholy Complex is sorely outmatched. I mean, they've got the experience of Tim Storm and APOC to deal with the sheer size difference. And let's not forget, even though the Unholy Complex has been a very successful tandem throughout Texas for the past couple of years, the Vet Club, Tim Storm and APOC, have been tag team wrestling for
well over 15 years.
Absolutely. They have won championship titles as a tag team all over, not just the state of Texas, but the US of A.
Absolutely right. They've won tag gold everywhere they've gone, and whether you call them the Vet Club, whether you call them the Triad, whether you call them the Dark Circle, one thing you will call them wherever you go is tag team champions.
One thing you won't call them,
you will call them.
You must learn to enunciate.
Would it help if I spoke with a British accent?
No, because you don't do it well. You just... And this is where the wily and intelligent behavior of the Vet Club.
Craftiness of Tim Storm, they're distracting the referee.
Actually, to be fair, Tim Storm didn't do anything to distract the referee. The referee went to question Tim Storm.
Valid point. Valid point. Either way, the Vet Club is taking advantage right now, and Jason Silver is paying the consequences.
But this is what you do in tag team wrestling. You have to cut the ring off. And that's exactly what vicious chop by Tim Storm on Jason Silver. Suplex. What? Ooh.
2 count only.
I noticed that Tim Storm isn't wasting any energy one way or another.
He's not. But there's the tag to Greg James. Ooh, kick to the midsection.
Come on, Tim. Come on.
Tornado DDT from Gregory James.
And it looked like he put a little bit something extra on that. Chalked his body some extra way to add to the momentum to help take Tim Storm over. Oh, but it wasn't enough. Tim Storm powered Gregory James into the corner and just left him to the devices of his, to be honest, as vicious as Tim Storm is, APOC is a sight words. Much more vicious human being, much less concerned about the well-being of others.
Tim Storm is intense. Tim Storm can be vicious, but APOC is just mean. APOC takes great pleasure in hurting his opponents. It's not just about the win. He likes hurting people. He's told me so. In fact, he's hurt me just for fun. But,
Well, I mean, I also asked him to. I mean, damn it, we have history. He's a good friend of mine. Oh, superplex off the top. Oh, and the pain evident on the face of Gregory James. That is never a comfortable position to be in, whether you are the you're the executor or the victim of that move. APOC hooks the legs, only two.
Nigel, I got to think if APOC had been able to get to that pin a little bit more quickly, we would have seen the end of the match right there.
I can't disagree with you. It's such a vicious move, and especially to have the added momentum of the size of a man like APOC to accelerate your descent from that superplex. As Tim Storm back in the driver's seat. Greg
You do
James
not want to exchange chops with Tim Storm. I'll tell you that right now.
One of the biggest mistakes that the Unholy Complex can try and do is to trade blow for blow with men like the Vet Club.
Right, here we go. 1, 2, Silver in to break up the count.
I mean, this is a young, agile, very, very quick tag team. What they need to do is they need to focus on their speed, their quickness, their rapidity, as it were, so that they can try and dismantle the Vet Club. If you try and stand toe-to-toe, the only thing that's going to happen when you're the smaller man is exactly what's happening to Gregory James right now.
You're absolutely right, Nigel. And like you mentioned before, not only are they cutting the ring in half, but they're doing quick tags in and out, back and forth between Tim Storm and APOC. Jason Silver and Gregory James have hardly tagged in and out. The quick back and forth, always keeping a fresh man in, is just another reason that the Vet Club has an advantage here tonight.
Well, it's part of the experience. Look at
DDT! This is an opportunity. You've got to make the tag, Greg. You've got to get to your corner.
both men. Looks like that tornado DDT, desperation measure.
The crowd getting behind the Unholy Complex. They want to see Jason Silver get in. Gregory James desperately needs the tag. He's so close. He's so close. Tim makes the tag. Jason Silver's in.
Ooh, the quickness of Jason Silver.
Forearm.
Ooh, stomped to the back of the head by Jason Silver. And again.
Back of the head. Good strategy by Jason Silver, putting all of his weight, which isn't much, but all of his weight on the back of the head of Tim Storm.
Both men going up top. High risk maneuver.
Let's take him out.
Shouldn't take the time to chit chat as APOC pushes Gregory James. Jason Silver, oh no.
Oh!
And ladies and gentlemen, that is why you should never underestimate the Vet Club, a tremendously vicious tag team.
And still VIP Tag Team Champions, the team of Tim Storm and APOC, the Vet Club.
The Vet Club successful here tonight at Texasmania. My question is, who's next for the Vet Club?
I don't know the question needs to be who's next. I think the question needs to be who's brave enough to square off against the Vet Club. Dominant since they've shown up. And let's be honest, close personal friends of mine. tremendous, tremendous people. I mean, they're the soul of kindness if you're their friends.
With Tim Storm, I would agree. APOC, not so much.
I'll tell him you said that.
Please don't. Please don't.
No,
I want to
it's
leave.
all right.
Say what you will about the Vet Club, whether you love them, whether you hate them, you have to respect them because they are without a doubt the most dominant team in the history of Texas wrestling.
Absolutely. I can't even think of anyone who might even stand a candle to them.
What a night of action we've seen so far, Nigel. AR Fox and Brian Cage tore the house down. We saw a 15-man battle royal won by Sin Bodie. VIP Tag Team Championships were just defended, and this is only the beginning.